Good morning, students. Continuing with the data mining topic, as we have discussed in the previous class, that data mining is the process used by organizations to extract specific data from huge databases. Data mining is similar to data science carried out by a person in a specific situation on a particular data set with an objective. This process includes types of services various types of services such as text mining, web mining, audio and video mining, pictorial data mining, and social media mining. It is done through various softwares that is simply or highly specific. The biggest challenge is to analyze the data to extract important informations that can be used to solve a problem or for company development. There are many powerful instruments and techniques available to mine data and find better insight from it. So, in the total study of the database concept, the importance lies in extracting an information through the measure of data warehousing and data mining. A resultant database is transformed into the information base and information base further into the knowledge base commercialized towards demand creation and profitability or generate earnings. Coming down to the types of data mining. Data mining can be performed in the following types of data. Relational database. Relational database is a collection of multiple set of data sets formally organized by tables, records, and columns from which data can be accessed in various ways without having to recognize the database tables. Tables convey shared information which facilitates data searchability, reporting, and organization. Example, SQL, Oracle 99, FoxPro. Data warehouse is also a type of data from where we can extract the information. Data warehouse is the technology that collects the data from various sources within the organization, or rather we can say heterogeneous sources within the organization to provide meaningful insights from multiple places such as marketing, finance, HR, production, and so on. So the extracted data is utilized for analytical purposes and helps in decision making for a business organization. Third type of data is data repositories, refers to destination for data storage. Many IT professionals utilize the term more clearly to refer to a specific kind of setup within an IT structure. Object and relational database is the combination of object-oriented database model and RDBMS, that is Oracle, and it supports the classes, object, and inheritance of the data under the object relational model. One of the primary objective of object relational data model is to close the gap between the RDBMS and the object-oriented databases. And it is frequently utilized in the programming languages like C++, Java, and C#. Fifth type of data is transactional database, refers to the database management system and has potential to undo a database transaction if it is not performed appropriately. Even though this was a unique capability a very long while back, today most of the relational database systems support transactional database activities. Advantages of data mining. Data mining techniques enables organizations to obtain knowledge-based data. Data mining enables organizations to make creative modifications compared with other statistical data applications. Data mining helps the decision-making process of an organization. It facilitates the automated discovery of hidden patterns. It can be induced in new systems as well as the existing platforms. It is a quick process that makes it easy for a new users to analyze enormous amounts of data in a short time. Disadvantages of data mining. There is a probability that the organizations may sell useful data of customers to other organizations. Many data mining analytics software is difficult to operate and needs advanced training to work on. So that should be a management development program under the data mining softwares. Different data mining instruments operate in distinct ways due to the different algorithms used in their design. Data mining techniques are not precise so that it may lead to severe consequences in certain conditions. You can see here data mining applications in various sections and various sectors like healthcare, fraud detection, CRM, manufacturing engineering, education, financial banking, lie detection, market basket. Data mining is primarily used by organizations with intense consumer demands, retail, communication, financial, marketing, company determine prime price, consumer preferences, product positioning, and impact on sales. Data mining enables a retailer to use point of sale records of customer purchases to develop products and promotions that help in the organization to attract customers. Now, here it is clear with the data mining concept and the advantages and disadvantages of the data mining concepts. Moving on to the centralized and distributed data processing. Centralized, if someone has access to the server with the information, any data can be added, modified, and deleted. Centralized, this type of processing is known as centralized data processing, while distributed is all data is distributed between the nodes of the network. If something is added, edited, or deleted in any computer, it will be reflected in all the computers in the network. In this method, distributed data processing, in this method, the computing processing ability is distributed across different locations by multiple computers. This is in contrast to a system where one server manages all other connected systems. One example is the use of remote procedure called RPC. This is a procedure that will execute another address space on another computer on the network. Centralized data processing, this is when processing is performed on one computer or in a cluster of computers in a single location through a server. This is the process where one server manages all other services on the network. This involves the use of what are known as dumb terminals, which sends or receives input and output only. All processing is done on the central computer. Now coming down to the security and external issues in MIS, as computers and other digital devices have become essential to business and commerce, they have also increasingly become a target for attacks. Unethical hacking. In order for a company or an individual to use a computing device with confidence, they must first be assured that the device is not compromised in any way and that all communications will be secure. The fundamental concepts of information system security. We will be discussing certain measures to mitigate the security threats, focusing on how organization can stay secure, several different measures that a company can take to improve security, reviewing security precautions that individuals can take in order to secure their personal computing environment. Here we have a triad system of information security, which consists of confidentiality, integrity, and availability, known as CIA of the information security. Okay, so this is for the control in the security hazards and ethical issues which has been taken care by the information security triad. Integrity is the assurance that the information being accessed has not not being altered, and truly represents what is intended. Just a person with integrity means that what he or she says can be trusted to consistently represent the truth. Information integrity means information truly represents its intended meaning. Information can lose its integrity through malicious intent, such as when someone who is not authorized makes a change to intentionally mispresent something. Integrity can also be lost unintentionally, such as when a computer power surge corrupts a file, or someone authorized to make a change accidentally deletes a file or enters incorrect information. Similarly, the second step is availability. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This is CIA, the Triad system. Availability is confidentiality is when protecting information. We want to be able to restrict access to those who are allowed to see it. Everyone else should be disallowed from learning anything about its content. For example, federal law requires that universities restrict access to private student information. And availability means information availability is the third part of the CIA triad. Availability means that the information can be accessed and modified by anyone authorized to do so in an appropriate time frame. Depending on the type of information, appropriate time frame can mean different things. For example, a stock trader needs information to be available immediately, while a salesperson may be happy to get sales numbers for the day in a report the next morning. Next topic in the same control issues in MIS and security hazards. Technical solutions for the privacy protections, which can be said as the tools for information security. In order to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information, organizations can choose from a variety of tools. Each of these tools can be utilized as a part of an overall information security policy. First is as a technical solution for privacy protection. Authentication. The most common way to identify someone is through their physical appearance, but how do we identify someone sitting behind a computer screen or an ATM? Tools for authentication are used to ensure that the person accessing the information is indeed who they present themselves to be. Access control. Once a user has been authenticated, the next step is to ensure that they can only access the information resources that are appropriate. This is done through the use of access control. Access control determines which users are authorized to read, modify, add, or delete information. And this is also known as, we discussed two models here: access control list and role-based access control, RBAC and ACL. For each information resource that an organization wishes to manage, a list of users who have the ability to take specific actions can be created. This is an access control list. For each user, specific capabilities are assigned, such as read, write, delete, or add. Next is after access control. Encryption. Many times an organization needs to transmit information over the internet or transfer it on an external media such as CD or flash drive. In these cases, even with proper authentication and access control, it is possible for an unauthorized person to get access to the data. Encryption is a process of encoding data upon its transmission or a storage so that only authorized individuals can read it. This encoding is accomplished by a computer program which encodes the plain text that needs to be transmitted. In order for this to work, the sender and receiver needs to agree on the method just wait students, I'm correcting it, on so that parties can communicate properly. Both parties share the encryption key, enabling them to encode and decode each other's messages. This is called symmetric key encryption. This type of encryption is problematic because the key is available in two different places, which is also a threat. Third is sidebar password security, which we can maintain for the privacy protection. So why is using just a simple user ID password not considered a secure method of authentication? It turns out that single factor authentication is extremely easy to compromise. Good passwords policies must be put in place in order to ensure that passwords cannot be compromised. Require passwords, change passwords regularly, train, not share passwords. Fourth step is for the backups, another essential tool for information security is a comprehensive backup plan for the entire organization. Not only should the data or the corporate servers be backed up, but individual computers used throughout the organization should also be backed up. Full understanding of organizational information resources is also to be considered under the backup plan. What information does the organization actually have, where it is stored? Some data may be stored on the organization's servers, other data is on users' hard drives, some in the cloud, and some on the third-party side. Regular backups of all these data. Frequency of backup should be based on how important the data is to the company. Off-site storage of backup data sets, test of data restoration, and one more very important aspect of backup plan is universal power supply, which restores if the power is gone and allows the working for long hours and alternate or hot sites. So here we complete our unit 5 of information management systems, where we have discussed the issues relating to database concepts, security measures, and technical solutions for the privacy protection of the informations. Thank you, students, for this class, and I will complete the course over here of your subject information management system.